Hey you guys, it's Anunnaki here, and I'm going to be doing a Super AGL run, which is pretty much using Extreme Tech units. My leader is going to be the Golden Frieza EZA with the Transforming Frieza, the Battle Prime First Form Cell, the new EZA, the MERGED Zamasu that Global got a few weeks back, Goldo, and the new Raditz that came out with the Dokkan Fest Bardock. Pretty much the whole setup, actually, before I kind of start, this would have been a no item run, but I think if it didn't already happen, it'll happen soon. I actually used a King Yama because I wasn't feeling too comfortable that I was gonna be able to take all that damage, but I shouldn't have, and it ruined the new item run. So the whole point of this video is just kind of to show how the new EZA Zamasu is in this stage. Most of the setup, honestly, it's kind of like stunning or health regeneration. So the stunning would be with the Raditz and also the Goldo, and the health regeneration would be with the Transforming Frieza and also the Prime Battle First Form Cell, because he recovers, what was it, like 10% health for his 12 key super. And Transforming Frieza heals health every time he transforms, so pretty much every turn that he's on rotation, he'll heal a good amount of health. And he has this link skill named Metamorphosis, and with that it heals 5% health. But sadly the Golden Frieza doesn't have that. Golden Cooler does have that, and I actually was using that before, but Golden Cooler was kind of like the weak link in this setup. And the thing that also did help, if you haven't noticed, I've been getting a lot of doubles, a lot of additional supers, which helps a lot, especially with the Prime Battle First Form Cell. So pretty much for the people that don't know too much about the new Wrath of Absolute God Fusion Zamasu, with his Extreme AGL, his new boosts that come, it helps him a lot. But in reality, I only EZA'd him just because my Extreme Tech roster wasn't that big. He does do a lot of damage. I'm sure he does a lot more if you have any dupes in him. I sadly don't, so I don't have access to that crit in the potential system, but I think he can do additionals. And yeah, he is a glass cannon, so if he gets supered, he will get hurt a lot, so for the people that don't know his new information, he pretty much becomes Extreme Class Ki +3 and HP attack and defense plus 100%, causes immense damage to enemy and greatly lowers defense, and raises Extreme Class allies attack by 30% for 1 turn. So that last part of it raises Extreme Class allies attack by 30%. That's one of the new parts that they added to him, and that is a really good addition if he's first on rotation. So also his passive skill, attack 140%. I think originally it was like 120% or something like that. And then superclass allies attack -10%, and superclass enemies attack and defense -20%. So if I'm not mistaken, the 10% to superclass allies is the same, but the 20% attack and defense reduction to enemies, I think that's new if I'm not mistaken. And also Extreme Class Realm of Gods category allies defense plus 50%. So sadly in this Extreme Tech team, there is no Realm of God units besides him, so I think he gets that 50% defense increase, but no one else does. Then his link skills don't change, so it's still Nightmare, Godly Power, Fear and Faith, Fuse Fighter, Big Bad Bosses, Dismal Future, and Fierce Battle. His categories are Realm of Gods, Patara, Future Saga, Time Travelers, Last Resort, and Explosion of Anger. Explosion of Anger obviously hasn't came to global yet, because that's for that new super physical Dokkan Festival Beerus that came out in JP a few months back after the 5th year anniversary. So we will get that soon, probably in the next, give or take, 2.5 months, because right now we are on that Goku, Gohan, and Goten day. And that's gonna be a whole month, and then it'll be the 5-year anniversary, and that will be another month as well. And I think the super physical Beerus was right after, or if not after, it was right after the new Rose LR and the Broly Lima and Chile, I think is what they're called. So I mean, he's good. Those units are good, but the Beerus is, you have to summon for him. I know that LRs are, pretty dope, pretty awesome, but that super physical Beerus is amazing. But we're gonna change the subject back to the extreme Zamasu, Fuse Zamasu. And like I said, he's good. Like right now, I'm putting him on that first rotation, so he'll give that 30% attack boost to Frieza and the Goldo. And that Frieza, Goldo's actually really good as well. He, if you think he's kind of low tier, bottom tier, because he is a free-to-play unit, you're not entirely wrong, but he is really good just because of that stunning, and he does super a lot earlier. I think he's supers on his 8 key, and anywhere between his 8 to 12 key, he will super, and he will have that chance to stun. I think it's a medium chance, I can't remember correctly, but his passive skill is actually really good. So I think it's the attacked enemy gets his attack and defense lower by 20% for 2 turns. So obviously if he gets a super, that attacked unit will have a 40% attack and defense decrease. And then the Broly is just dope. He's just a monster. Sadly, I don't have him. I don't have the STR one, the LR one, or the STR EZA one. The only one I do have is just that extreme physical Super Broly. So hopefully later on I will get this tech one, because that is one of my favorite animations, attack animations and transformation animations in the game. Obviously there's some that are a little bit better, but he is one of my favorites. I am jealous of my friends for having him, because during the time he came out, I actually wasn't playing Dokkan at that time. So even though I have summoned a lot, I have not been lucky enough to get him, but we'll see. Eventually, we'll see. Where are we at? Okay, so this is the final one. And what is that? So, okay, those guys. So obviously the first one's going to be Broly, so you could absorb some of that damage and hopefully get a double super, if not that, a triple super. And then Raditz, you'll be on the second position, so he could get that stun on Goten. Usually, a good thing to do, and I didn't do it in the first boss battle, I guess I would say. Attack one unit. Usually try to attack the weakest unit, because then at least it'll be one unit less to worry about. Usually from what I've noticed, the far right enemy is usually the weakest, and the far left is usually the strongest. So that's why I'm attacking Goten first. And I think on the first battle, I was just attacking every single one, and that's not really good, especially if like Zamasu, he's not good defensively, and if a lot of attacks, or if a lot of the enemy attacks are distributed evenly, there is a chance that he will get supered, and you will lose a run just because of that. And thankfully that that Golden Frieza, the tech one, got that extreme EZA, because he is a tank. I think, what is it, if your health is above 80%, he'll reduce 80%, right? And if it drops under that 80% or whatever, it'll drop down to 50% reduction. So 50% is still good, obviously not as great as 80%, but if I remember correctly, I think this is where Broly really shines. I think he gets 3 supers back to back, if I'm not mistaken. And then let me see, before I even say anything. Yeah, that is. So this is where he gets 3 supers as well, and I think the Raditz gets 2 supers, which helps out you know, obviously a lot more, because he will seal that Goku right away, see, so I don't have to worry about getting supered. You know what would have been good for the new EZA Extreme Raditz that just came out on JP? If they gave him like a rare chance or like a medium chance to stun, since he's a AoE unit, and that would really help out for the world tournament, you know, or Pure Saiyan's, especially that Pure Saiyan's Super Battle Road. So, and then Goldo, does he get a stun? He doesn't, but he lowers the attack, so he lowered it more, so that's good. See, so that's 40% right there, and then he transforms. So I think I get, you know, I use his active ability right now, and then we win. That's the end of it. But I just want to say, guys, I am sorry that it has taken me a while to upload a new video. Life has gotten a little bit hectic, but I'm going to try to jump back on it. If you did like this content, though, please like the video. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And if anybody has this almost same loadout, hopefully this kind of gives you the rough estimate of how to handle this extreme battle road if you haven't passed it. But again, guys, thank you for watching the video. Take care, be safe out there, and don't forget, wear a mask. It is dangerous out there, so, you know, peace out, and thanks for watching the video, guys.